The mind is the real cage. Have you ever noticed how the more you overthink something, the worse it gets? It's not because you're not good enough, not because you lack talent or skill, but because your mind, caught in its own storm, starts tying itself in knots. Let me tell you a story, one that changed a man's life forever. There was once a man known across the country as the Lock Whisperer. He wasn't just good with locks, he was extraordinary. Give him anything: antique padlocks, rusted safes, even high security vaults, and within moments, he'd have it open. To him, locks were puzzles, and solving them was second nature. His reputation soared. People invited him to conferences, TV shows, museums. Children asked for his autograph. Elderly locksmiths called him a prodigy. His fame became his identity, and with time, he began to believe there was no lock on earth he couldn't open. One day, a wealthy entrepreneur reached out with an offer. "There's a high-stakes competition downtown," the man said. "Elite minds from around the world will be there. I want you to compete. If you succeed, there's a $100,000 prize waiting for you." The Lock Whisperer smiled. "A competition?" he said, chuckling. "Sounds fun." The day of the event, the venue buzzed with energy. A massive swimming pool had been transformed into a stage. In the center was a thick steel box bolted shut. Spectators surrounded the pool with cameras ready, the anticipation electric. The announcer stepped forward. "You'll be locked inside this box," he explained. "It'll be submerged. You'll have to unlock it and swim out all before you run out of breath. There's a panic button inside in case you can't do it." The crowd fell silent. The Lock Whisperer simply nodded. "I've opened tougher locks underwater," he said with a grin. "This'll be easy." He climbed in. The lid shut. The box began its slow descent to the bottom. Inside, he took a deep breath and smiled to himself. "Let's make this quick." He reached for the lock. But something was wrong. The tools didn't feel right in his hand. The lock didn't respond the way he expected. He tried his old tricks, his practiced movements, nothing worked. Seconds ticked by. The cold water pressed in around him. He tried again. And again. Still nothing. His thoughts started to spiral. What's wrong with me? They're all watching. If I fail, it's over. His heart pounded. Sweat beaded on his brow even underwater. His fingers began to tremble. His breath shortened. He'd opened thousands of locks. But now? He couldn't even think clearly. Fear drowned out instinct. Embarrassment smothered confidence. His vision blurred. He looked at the panic button. A lifetime of pride screamed, "Don't you dare," but a quiet voice, one he hadn't heard in years, whispered, "It's okay." He pressed the button. The box shot up. The lid opened. He gasped for air, collapsing into the arms of the rescue crew. The crowd murmured in confusion. Whispers of disappointment floated through the air. He sat up, heart still racing, and then something incredible happened. With a soft click, the door of the box slowly creaked open. The lock hadn't been locked. It never was. The organizer approached, kneeling beside him. "It was never about the lock," he said gently. "It was about your mind. You didn't fail because of your skill, you failed because you didn't trust it. You let fear do what no lock ever could." The Lock Whisperer stared at him, stunned. He stood, turned to the crowd, and took a deep breath. "Today," he said, voice shaking, "I learned the hardest lesson of my life. Overthinking can turn open doors into impossible cages." He paused, looking into the eyes of the people around him. "I've spent my life mastering locks," he continued, "but the toughest ones are never made of steel. They're made of fear, doubt, pressure, expectation. Sometimes, the key isn't a tool or a trick. Sometimes, the key is simply letting go. The greatest challenges we face don't come from the world around us, they come from the voice inside that says, you can't." So the next time you're stuck in a job, a dream, a relationship, ask yourself, is the lock really locked? Or is it just you?